In a world constantly spinning faster by the day, inner calm has become the rarest of treasures. Look around you. Notice the furrowed brows, the hunched shoulders, the anxious scrolling, the perpetual state of being connected to everything except ourselves. The statistics are staggering. Anxiety disorders affect over 30% of adults at some point in their lives. Nearly half of all Americans say they regularly lie awake at night due to stress. And a stunning 90% of people report never finding the sustained inner peace they desperately crave. But here's what's fascinating. Inner calm isn't some mystical state reserved for monks who've meditated for decades on mountaintops. It's your natural birthright. And today I'm going to reveal why most people never claim this birthright, and the surprisingly simple path for those who do. The first reason 90% of people never find inner calm is what I call the external solution trap. Most of us have been conditioned to believe peace comes from fixing our external circumstances. I'll be calm when I get the promotion. I'll feel peaceful once I find the right relationship. I'll relax after I make more money. But here's the uncomfortable truth. There is no scenario you can create externally that your mind cannot ruin internally. Think about it. How many times have you finally achieved something you wanted, only to feel that momentary satisfaction quickly replaced by new worries and desires? How many wealthy, successful, seemingly perfect life people still struggle with anxiety, depression, and emptiness? The second reason is the complexity illusion. We've been sold the idea that finding inner peace requires elaborate systems, 10-step programs, expensive retreats, complex meditation protocols. The self-help industrial complex has convinced us that inner calm is complicated, when in reality it's our overthinking that creates the very turbulence we're trying to escape. The path to inner calm isn't about adding more. It's about stripping away the unnecessary. It's not about acquiring new techniques. It's about remembering what you've always known beneath the noise. The third and perhaps most insidious reason is what I call the tomorrow fallacy. I'll start meditating next week. I'll create space for reflection after this busy period passes. I'll prioritize my mental peace once I've handled all these urgent matters. But here's the truth. There will always be another urgent task, another crisis, another reason to postpone your inner work. Most people treat inner calm as a luxury to be pursued someday, rather than the essential foundation it actually is. What if I told you that inner calm isn't something you create? It's something you reveal? Beneath your racing thoughts, beneath your worries about yesterday and tomorrow, beneath the constant inner commentary analyzing everything, there exists a dimension of perfect stillness. It's always been there. It's there right now beneath the surface of your awareness. Think of it like this. Your mind is like the ocean. On the surface, there can be crashing waves, violent storms, constant movement. That's where most people live, in the storms of their thinking. But dive just a few feet deeper, and the same ocean becomes still, quiet, undisturbed by what's happening above. This stillness isn't something you need to build or achieve. It's your natural state when you stop disturbing it with excessive thinking. Stop. Before I reveal the game-changing methods that separate the calm 10% from the anxious 90%, you need to do something critical. Hit that subscribe button right now and smash the notification bell. Why? Because this knowledge is too valuable to miss. Every week, I'm dropping truth bombs that the wellness industry doesn't want you to hear. People are paying thousands for retreats to learn what I'm sharing for free. Don't be the person who finds my channel again, months later saying, "I wish I'd subscribed sooner." Do it now, it takes 1 second. Your future self will thank you. Now let's uncover those powerful methods that change everything. So how do the 10% find what the 90% miss? Here are 4 simple but profound shifts that make all the difference. First, they practice presence before perfection. The 10% understand that inner calm isn't about having a perfect empty mind. It's about bringing gentle awareness to this moment, exactly as it is. They don't fight against reality. They meet it with open eyes. When you're washing dishes, just wash dishes. Feel the water. Notice the soap bubbles. Be there completely. Don't mentally rehearse tomorrow's meeting while your body goes through the motions. This sounds simple, but it's revolutionary. Most people spend their entire lives physically in one place, while their mind is somewhere else entirely. Second, they recognize thought storms for what they are. The 10% understand that they are not their thoughts. They've learned to watch their thinking without becoming entangled in it. When anxiety, worry, or rumination appears, they don't struggle against it or get swept away. They simply observe it with compassion, knowing that all thoughts, like clouds, eventually pass. This single realization, that you are the sky, not the weather, changes everything. Third, they create daily anchors of stillness. The 10% don't wait for the perfect conditions to find calm. They build small, consistent practices into their daily life. The 3 deep breaths before checking their phone in the morning, the 10-minute walk without any technology, the pause before responding to a triggering message, the moment of gratitude before eating. These aren't elaborate rituals. They're simple anchors that pull them back from autopilot into presence. Finally, they understand the power of conscious response. The 90% react to life, the 10% respond to it. There's a space, sometimes just a fraction of a second, between stimulus and response. Most people never discover this space. Something happens and they react instantly from conditioning, emotion, or habit. The 10% have learned to widen this space through practice. They know that in that tiny gap lies their freedom, the power to choose how they meet each moment rather than being driven by unconscious patterns. So here's my invitation to you today. Don't become another statistic in the 90% who never discover what's already within them. Don't wait for the perfect circumstances to find peace. Don't outsource your inner calm to external solutions. Instead, begin where you are. Start with one breath, fully experienced, one moment, fully inhabited, one thought, observed rather than obeyed. The path to becoming the 10% isn't about striving harder. It's about seeing clearer. It's not about adding more to your life. It's about clearing away what obscures the calm that's always been your truest nature. Remember, the ocean doesn't need to learn how to become still. It simply needs to stop being disturbed. Your mind is no different. The choice is yours. Will you continue the exhausting pursuit of peace through external means? Or will you turn inward and discover what's been waiting for you all along? Inner calm isn't complicated, but it does require the courage to stop, to look, to listen to something deeper than the noise. That courage is within you right now. Use it. I'll leave you with this thought. The most profound shifts in life rarely come from adding new information. They come from remembering what you've always known beneath the noise. Your inner calm isn't something I can give you. It's something I can only remind you that you already possess. The journey from the 90% to the 10% isn't measured in miles traveled, but in layers shed. It's not about becoming something new, but returning to something ancient and true within you. The first step begins right now, with this breath. Will you take it? Listen up. You're at a crossroads right now. You can close this video and return to the same patterns keeping you stuck with the anxious 90%, or you can take immediate action and join the calm, centered 10%. Subscribe now, not tomorrow, not later, right now. The algorithm only shows my videos to 3% of subscribers, so you must hit that notification bell too if you want the content that will transform your mental state. Drop a comment below with Trap 1, Trap 2, or Trap 3 to tell me which one hit hardest for you. Your comment does 2 things. It helps others, and it signals the algorithm to share this message with more people who desperately need it. Every day you delay is another day lost to anxiety. Make the decision, join our tribe. The path to inner calm starts with one click. Do it now.